Hi everyone, welcome back to RMU Psychology Presents. Today's Let's Talk is going to be how to create a curriculum vitae and building your resume. All right. So just some of our webinar reminders. Thank you for joining us. We are recording. Keep your microphones muted. If you have any questions or concerns, you can send it in the chat bar, or we can talk about it once we get through the presentation. So my name is Amber Sobeck. I am one of the graduate assistants here for psychology. I am a first-year graduate student in our counseling program. So for an overview, I'm just going to be talking about different things today. So the first one is going to be what is a resume, and I'm going to get into the curriculum vitae. I'll discuss the difference between the two, why both are important and useful, and some of our resources on campus to help make sure that both your resume and CV are up to date and are correct. So what is a resume? So a resume is a summary of who you are, pretty much. It's personal data like your phone number, address, email address, things like that, educational backgrounds. So, high school, where you went to high school, and obviously being here at Robert Morris. It's nice to show any sort of training you have, maybe certifications, depending what you're going for within the field. It's good to have business and professional experience. It doesn't obviously have to necessarily be within psychology, but it's nice to show that you have gotten some actual work experience. And the last thing you can have is your achievement highlights, whether it's being on the dean's list, being in Psych High, doing different activities, whether it's Greek life or being in theater, things like that. So pretty much your resume is your advertisement for who you are. Here are some pictures on examples. It's pretty self-explanatory. You have your name, if you have a job title or something like that, kind of giving a little tidbit of what you do at work. It's good to have, your personal information. That way, if you want to be contacted, you can be. It's good to have skills, obviously awards and achievements, if you have an objective on what you would like to accomplish, things like that. So what is a curriculum vitae? So a CV is a description of your academic credentials and or achievements. So just like your resume, this is part of your marketing material. And a CV should include some of the following: your name, address, phone number, email address. It's good to show your education, degrees, institutions, and degree dates. If you obviously aren't a senior yet, or you will be graduating, it's good to put your expectations for when you plan to graduate. If you have a dissertation or thesis, so it'd be a thesis for undergrad, and advisor and committee members. It's good to show awards, fellowships, grants, and things like that. Any sort of teaching experience, publications, presentations, all that kind of stuff. So here's what a curriculum vitae looks like. In comparison to the resume, it looks longer because there's more information there. So the difference between the two. So a resume is a one-page summary of your work experience and your background. It's obviously relevant to the job you're going for. A resume is one page, maximum two. It's used for job hunting in all industries. So your resume is basically tailored for the specific job you're applying for. In comparison to that, a curriculum vitae is like a resume, but it's a longer academic diary that includes all of your experience, certificates, and publications. CVs can be longer. They usually are because there's more information provided in them. They are used for jobs in admissions and academia, and it's a comprehensive overview. So it's your resume, but more, and it's you give more of an insight of who you really are rather than just those little tidbits on that one sheet of paper. So the importance of a resume, it basically details your experience for future employers. It shows what you've done work-wise, how well you've done in school, any past accomplishments, and future goals. Um, it's nice because it's one sheet usually, and it's like I can do this, this, and this, and it's all right in front of a future employer. It can help you get an interview. Most employers, even internships and stuff like that, they like to see what you've done and what you're capable of. It can help prepare you for an interview because they will be asking questions based on information on your resume. It can help keep you organized because it's showing you as well as future employers, okay, so this is what I've done, this is what I can do, this is what I can bring to the table on my behalf. And it can be considered a sense of security. I feel like sometimes we don't realize how much we actually do and how involved we actually are. So it's really nice to get that layout once it's all typed down right in front of you. So the importance of a curriculum vitae, it's making a good impression overall. I mean, it's crucial because the job market is so competitive, especially since COVID has been a thing. Jobs have become scarce. Luckily, our field is growing and evolving. So I'm hopeful that, it will continue to grow for us. So your CV will be your first contact with employers, so it's essential to get it right. You can go more in depth, which can be helpful with marketing who you are as your future employee. The more you have in 2 pages, the better. Try not to have gaps. So keeping it nice and concise is really important because if it's spaced out, it looks like important information could be missing or it just doesn't look fully organized. Having that strong CV can be basically your golden ticket for scoring interviews. Just like the resume, your CV can be a guide for yourself as it is a resume, but deeper. It's the same thing, but you're providing more, basically. So, with that being said, we have a whole bunch of different resources on campus that can help provide guidance for building a resume and a CV, as these are really essential within getting into the field. You can go to the Career and Professional Development Center, the Center for Student Success, and the Writing Center. All of these resources are easily accessible on campus. It's nice to know that they all have contact information. You can look them up on RNU's website. And yeah, so we'll save questions for the end, but here are resources if you want to find out any more information on resumes and curriculum vitae. As you know, it's good to have these resources to make it individualized for yourself. And yeah, thank you so much for coming.